Hello. Hold on. Wait. Pause. I need to get into my spot. Give me 1 second. Hello. I am snug as a bug in a rug. Hi, this is my yip. Is it yip yap? I think it's yip yap. This is where I like to yip yap. And this is my first video on this channel. I'm very excited about it actually. I didn't know if I was gonna do like something like this, but I also just like, it's not that I feel like my thoughts should be shared. like that my thoughts need to be heard. I just want to yip yap. And hi, I have a main YouTube channel, which you probably know. Let's just get into the video, I guess. Oh, let me tell you something. So I noticed this yesterday. When I'm stressed out, I've learned this about like my body, right? When I'm stressed out, I break out. Like if I'm and I learned this. I mean, obviously like if I'm doing like bad on my skincare, I'm going to also break out, but it's usually like if I'm stressed out, I'm going to break out, and I like break out on like my chin or whatever. And I'm sure this is like a normal thing probably. Like I'm sure other people feel the same way, or it happens to other people. I feel like it's when I'm really stressed out probably, or like there's always like something bothering me or on my mind. So I was for like a month, 2 months, there was this situation I was in with some friends, and it affected me a lot. And I don't know, I'm by the way, like these videos, or this video specifically, like it's not to bash anyone at all. I've moved on. But it was killing me for just such a long time. Like my summer has sucked so far. And it was like this past week I was just like this has been happening since like mid-May. So like the rest of May sucked, all of June sucked, some of July had sucked, and yeah, so I was breaking out like that whole time, mind you. Things were really bad at one point, and recently I kind of separated myself from like that situation, and just a lot of people in general, like even if they didn't do anything wrong, it's just like this situation was just like so bad. Like me personally, it was so bad for me, and it was to the point where like I had just like lost myself, and I just like I realized how much it had affected me, and like how much of my peace was just disturbed, and it was horrible. And I was so mad at myself for like the longest time that I let something like that affect me that much, and yeah, and I just realized like, cuz I care about people like a lot. Like I really do care about people. I think it's just in my nature, and I'm not trying to say that in like a narcissistic or selfish way, but it's just like I care about people like a lot. Like I don't know why, I just really do. And especially like my friends, like if you're my friend or whatever, I'm gonna care about you like with everything. I just care about people and humanity, I guess. And yeah, by the way, I have gum in my mouth, so if I like smack my lips or whatever, I'm really sorry. But yeah, I was just caring about people so much, but it was to the point where like I wasn't giving that same amount of attention and care to myself. So it was just ruining me. So then I realized, I was like, okay, the situation has just like gotten out of hand, and it's just like I've let it affect me so much, and I've let it ruin my peace with myself, and I've lost myself in this. Like I've let it get to this point. So you know what? Like I need to let go. I need to move on, and you know what? I'm going to do whatever I can to get that, because for once I need to focus on me. Like I need to do this for me. My thought process was, okay, I won't be able to fully move on if I don't say what I want to. And if I don't say everything that I want to say to these people, like I want them to know. So I tried calling them, or I called one person. Well, I called one person in the situation, and like it didn't really go well, and it wasn't like a full conversation. And then I called another person, and it was a conversation for sure. And I kind of learned more of her side, and well, the thing is too, what sucks is like in this situation, I understood their sides from the get go. I just still couldn't help but to be upset, you know what I mean? And it just sucked because like I felt like as much as I would talk crap or like whatever, I still defended them. So yeah, but yeah, I called the other person and it didn't necessarily go well. So then that's when I realized I was like, you know what, like calling them, they don't need to know what I want to say. You know what I mean? Like it just made me realize like, you know what? I can just move on without needing to say anything. You know what I mean? Like they don't need to know everything. They don't need to know, oh, I'm moving on, blah blah blah. And yeah, and for like the past couple weeks before I called them and like, you know, was trying to cut all of it off, like I was just thinking so long because with one of these people throughout the situation, I just grew like, I don't know, like there was an attachment almost that I had on this person, like an emotional attachment because I had told this person like so much about me, and like they knew more than so many other people knew. And it like for a while I just felt like bitter. Like this whole situation I just felt bitter, and I felt like I was turning into something that I'm not. You know? And the whole time I was like, how can someone know this much about me and not like, you know what I mean? Like they know all of this and they're not trying to like be in the like, you know what I mean, be in the friendship, I guess. But that's what kept me from moving on for so long. Like that's what kept me, like it was the fact that this person knew so much about me, and they knew so much like on a level that like many people do not know. And I just like trusted this person with like so much. I kind of learned to deal with the fact that someone out there knows this much about me, and you know, I'm just gonna need to live with that fact. You know what I mean? That was kind of what it was. And to be honest, I kind of like feel like now I kind of feel like at peace with it. You know what I mean? Like that this person knew so much about me, and maybe they did care for a while. Maybe they do still care, you know? I don't know, but I'll always care about these people in this situation. Don't get me wrong. Like that never really changed, to be honest. But like for that person, there's always going to be a part of me that's going to care about them, like just because they know this much. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like something like that. But then just like I just realized like, you know what? Throughout this whole situation, I've seen everyone's true colors, and I've seen who is going to really be there for me and who isn't. And either way, I'm going to need to just like step back from everyone but my close friends, really, and just like be me, you know what I mean? Like I'm going to take more days to myself. Like if someone asks me to hang out, I'm just going to have to be like, you know what? I can't, or you know what I mean? Like I'm just going to need to take some time to myself for a while. And not be around people so much. Like that's what it was too. It was like I was around these people like weekly or every other day, you know what I mean? And it was while I was having these like feelings for them, for these people, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. But like I was around these people while this situation was going on. So like obviously my feelings about it were like very prominent in my mind a lot. And I think taking time away from not only just them but just from a lot of people, like it just gave me like the peace in my mind, you know what I mean? I feel like it brought me back a lot of the peace, and calling them, like the people in the situation, calling them and trying to say what I wanted to say to move on, even though like the phone calls didn't really go well, I feel like it was like, I'm still very thankful that I had the confidence to do that, to be honest, you know what I mean? And I'm very proud of myself, to be honest. Like, I'm very proud that the phone calls didn't go well, because then I wouldn't have learned that, you know, you can quietly move on. You know what I mean? You can quietly move on from a situation and quietly get your peace back and find yourself. You don't have to be so loud about it. You know what I mean? And I feel like that was that was the most important lesson in this whole thing. You know what I mean? You know, like I said, I was breaking out for like the longest time. And then just yesterday, like, mind you, the day before yesterday, so yesterday was Friday, the day before Thursday, chud all day. I was in my bed the whole day. My hair was greasy, my face was greasy. I swear I'm not like that. It was just like, I didn't feel like doing anything. And it's not like I was going through it. It was just like, I didn't want to do anything. And I was just like, I wanted to be a chud. And I didn't want to like get up. I didn't want to eat. I drank water, but like I wasn't hungry. I just wanted to be a chud the whole day. And then Friday, like I showered, I did my skincare like usual, I washed all my sheets, I did my laundry. And this is a big thing too, because when I do I always do my laundry, but I never put it away. It's always bad. Like, I'm always fishing out the basket for my stuff. But like, I actually like took time to put my clothes away and like do things I was procrastinating, you know what I mean? Like, I rearranged some stuff on my dresser, and like I even went through clothes that I didn't want. Like, I did some things that I was procrastinating these past couple months. And I feel like that's also what kind of helped me too, like, move on from the situation. And I was finishing up my skincare whatever yesterday. Like, I was home the whole day yesterday. And I was like at my vanity right here. And I was just looking at myself, and I noticed how clear my skin was. Like, I had like a glow to myself, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I had such a glow, and it was just like, I was like, wow, my skin is like really good right now. And then it all just like clicked to me, like, this is my body telling me like I'm doing the right thing, and like yay me. And like the past couple days, I've just been like so happy. Like, it just has been such a big weight lifted off my shoulders. Like, I can't talk about it enough. Like, it's just been such a big weight that's been lifted off my shoulders. And like, I feel like I've just been doing a whole reboot on myself. And I feel like it's just so like empowering. And it's just so like I've been listening to new music. I've been trying to develop a new style. Like, I even got like a new haircut. Like, I colored and cut my hair, and like, I don't know, like, I've done things that I've been meaning to do. Like, I've been meaning to get, well, my bangs aren't looking good right now, but I've been meaning to get like bangs, and I've been meaning to dye my hair darker, and you know what I mean? Like, I've been doing all the things that I've been meaning to do that I just haven't been able to, and like things, and also just things that I've been procrastinating on, like making videos. Like, I'm doing the things that I really love. Like, what makes me happy is like I'm able to do these things now because I have time again, like time, and like I have my peace back, and I'm able to just like be. I'm just able to exist, and I'm able to do the things I love. And it's just been like so good. Like, I've been noticing like little things that I feel like I haven't before. Like, I feel like I'm just completely rebooting myself, you know what I mean? And I don't know. And I do want to clarify too, like, in the situation that I was in, like, it wasn't just everyone else. Like, I had a part in it too. But like, part of the conversation that I had with one of them was that everyone had a part in it. I feel like I wasn't the only one in the wrong, and neither was this person, and neither was this person. Like, it was just everyone. Not one person was just the bad guy, you know what I mean? And I also realized too, like, the people in this situation, all good people, I feel like. Everyone had good intentions. Everyone meant well. It was just we all like made bad decisions here and there. And I feel like that's just what happens in most situations. Like I feel like a lot of people don't really have ill will, and it's all just like miscommunication or like just like wrong times. I feel like we all caught each other off guard, and I don't know. And it's just like so like I can't express enough how freeing it is to just like I don't know. I don't know. Cuz the thing is too is like now that I'm focusing on myself or like being away from people, it doesn't mean that I'm not caring about people. I'm still caring about people just as much, but I feel like now I'm also making sure that I'm caring about myself. And I feel like just doing this like reboot, like I'm not changing myself, like not at all. I've just been doing things that I've been meaning to do or doing things that I've been procrastinating, you know what I mean? And it's just like it was just such a needed reboot, you know what I mean? And I feel like my summer is only really looking up from here, to be honest. And it just like, to be honest, it kind of makes me sad, like how much I've let it affect me and like how long I was wallow, how much I was just like sitting in the sadness and the pain and the anger and whatever. Like now I'm just like, girl, like stand up, like girl, come on. And I like when I saw like how my skin was and all of that, like it almost brought myself like I almost brought myself to tears because I was like it's just so much relief. Like I'm doing the right thing and I'm like I'm being the person that I want to be and I'm becoming the person that I want to be. And I'm just like I can't be more proud of myself. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe this is a sign. Maybe this is a sign for someone out there too. Maybe you guys need to do a little reboot on yourself, you know? Like, I'm not even like, when I say like changing my style or whatever, I'm not like changing it. I feel like I'm just altering it. Like, I feel like for a while, my style, I was just like, kind of, like, you know, like when you're like, imagine it this way. You're in like a cold pool, and at first, like, when you're getting into the cold pool or cold lake or whatever, you're like inching into it. You're like, oh, that's cold. I don't wanna. But like that's kind of how I was for a while because it was like it's like new territory. You're like, I don't know if I wanna. But I feel like now I'm just like I just dove into it and then I got used to it. Like that's what I'm doing right now. I think that's a great metaphor. Good job, Caitlyn. Thank you, Caitlyn. Wow, you go, girl. I've been working, obviously. I got a job, and that's pretty good so far. I like my coworkers. Everyone's really nice there, I feel like. But, like, since I especially just like having my own money now, too, because I'm also, like, saving up towards, when school comes, like, when it's closer to school and stuff in fall. Because I want to buy, like, some new clothes and like things that I've been meaning to get. And that's another thing too, like, you know, like that's another example of doing things that I've been meaning to do. Like since I have my own money and own income, I guess you could say, you know, like I want to save up my own money and be able to buy myself things that I've been meaning to get. You know what I mean? Instead of just waiting for it to be like not handed to me, but like, you know what I mean? Like I'm ready to do things on my own and do things that I've been procrastinating, I guess. And I feel like that's just like growing up, I guess. And one thing, throughout the situation, my whole thing that I was wondering, I guess, I don't know if it's a philosophy, but it was just like the saying that I was just pondering over for a while was, is it better to speak or to die? And the reason why I was pondering over that was because for me, like, I'm communication. Like, I'm like, you know what? If you're in a situation with someone and you feel a certain way, like, my thing is, like, say what you mean and mean what you say. You know what I mean? Say what you want to say. And if you're going to say it, you better friggin' mean it. And you better hold your own with that. You know what I mean? That's just always been my thing. Say what you mean and mean what you say. If you're not, if I'm having the energy to come talk to you about something, or if you have the energy to come talk to me about something, whatever is going to be said is going to be the truth. At least on my end. Like, whatever I'm going to say is going to be the truth. And if I feel like lying, then I'm just not going to say anything at all. So that was always me for a while. Like, I'm always like, direct communication. You got to say what you mean. You got to say what you feel directly. And, like, if it's affecting you that much, you need to say what you feel to that person. You just got to grow up and just do it, But then I was pondering for a while too, like, as the situation went on, and I kind of took it as, is it better to speak or to die? And when I thought of the to die part, I just kind of thought of, like, is it better to speak or to move on? Or is it better to speak or just die with what you want to say? And I feel like now, my answer to that is, it's better to speak, but it's better to die if you know that person is gonna stand in what they think. You know what I mean? I feel like that's just kind of what I'm doing now. I'm not dying with my word, but, like, I know that these people are adamant in what they think, are adamant in what they feel, as much as I am. And that's nothing against them. Like, if you think what you think, then you think that way all you want. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. You should do the same. But, like, since I know that now, I'm just kind of like, you know what? We can move on. And I was also telling, I think, one of the people, when I was calling them, I was like, you know what? I'm moving on. And this was my mindset in general. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm moving on from this, whether or not, because I've realized how much I've let this affect me, and how much it's affected my relationship with myself, and even my relationship with others, like friendship and whatever. And if it's affecting me this much, like, why am I letting it? You know what I mean? Like, I need to move on. And I was just, like, kind of, and I still am, like, I'm in the mindset, like, you know what? I'm going to do whatever I can to move on and get my peace back and get myself back. So if I need to cut these people out, or not even that, just, like, if I need to just, like, get myself away from everybody, you know what I mean, then I will. And that's kind of what I've been doing, to be honest. Like, I talk to people sometimes here and there. Obviously, recently I've been talking to my best friends, but, like, it's only, like, now on Monday that I'm going to be hanging out with Aspen and Lily. And this past Wednesday was when I hung out with Taylor. Like, those are my only two hangouts. And for me, like, that's, like, pretty far apart. Like, it's almost, like, you know what I mean? And it's less frequent than, like, usual hangouts I have with people. Like, how it's less frequent than they usually are. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I was also just kind of thinking of this quote, or just something that Harry Styles said recently. And he was like, you know what? You fill up your own cup and you let people fall in love with the overflow. Like, you fill your own cup and you let everyone else just, like, fall in love with you loving yourself. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because I also realized at the end of the day, like, people come and go. Seasons change. People come and go. At the end of the day, it's night. You know what I mean? And really, in the end, like, the only person that I'll really have is myself, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me, like, that sounds, like, sad, I guess, but, like, it's true. Like, shouldn't I value the relationship with myself in the end? Because that's who I have in the end. That's who I should be taking care of. I should be taking care of myself, because then if I don't take care of myself and the relationship I have with myself, how can I care for other people properly? And how can I have good relationships with other people and like good friendships with other people, you know what I mean? That's just kind of what I've been doing, you know what I mean? And yeah, I think it was much needed, and I'm very proud of myself, to be honest. Like, I'm very proud that I've recognized this, and like for a while, like, I was talking about it, but I never did anything about it, you know what I mean? I was just always waiting for it to pass by, and I was always waiting for someone else to do something. But like, I realized that, you know what? No one's coming to save me at the end of the day. I need to have the power, and I need to stand up for myself to say, look, I'm over it. I'm moving on. I need to focus on me. So I'm very proud of myself that I did that. Yeah, that's kind of the end of my yap session, but I hope you guys like this channel. My yip yip yap. I guess let me know if you guys like it, because maybe I'll have more videos like this, you know what I mean? Because this is kind of an experiment. This video is kind of an experiment. So yeah, let me know how you guys like it. And if you really like it that much, then share it. You know what I mean? Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye!